Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Eli Talks Football. Hope you guys are doing all right. If you're a Chelsea fan, you must feel depressed and you must feel disappointed because after a good performance, not a great performance, but a good performance against Tottenham in a London derby, today we went away to Tech Community Stadium, a London derby, but this time West London, and we put in a disgusting performance. I know that Brentford is not like a huge game, but it's a derby. Both Brentford and Chelsea clubs are based in West London. This was a must-win game for Chelsea because yesterday Nottingham Forest lost against Villa, who are now 2 points behind us. Brighton lost against Palace. Bournemouth drew against West Ham. Newcastle got two games in hand. They play tomorrow against Leicester away. Man City, well, they're as I'm recording this right now, are playing against United. This was an opportunity to close the gap on Forest, to capitalize on teams dropping points. But the problem is we don't do that. We can't do that. And that's why teams around us are inconsistent, but so is Chelsea. So is us. Like, there's got to be questions because I don't get why we always do this. When teams drop points, we decide to, just say, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. That's what we decided to do. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And we need to make Champions League because during Thursday's game, UEFA have issued a warning to Chelsea that they can ban Chelsea from European competitions if they don't make Champions League because they're not allowing, because they're not allowing Chelsea, because when Chelsea sold the women's team to about £200 million, UEFA not accepting that. They're not accepting that. So we better make Champions League this season. Otherwise, I said on the football terrace, I'm saying this on my channel right now. We are going to be in so much trouble. And I'm talking about financial fair play. It's either we could get relegated or we could deduct points. You think UEFA? You think I'm kidding? Just wait. Yeah? Just you wait until we don't get Champions League next season. You'll see what I mean. And that's why I've been saying why this club is an absolute mess. Injuries, once again. Waste of Fana just came back from injury. Then guess what? Yesterday, they just announced that he's out for the rest of the season again. Lavia, we haven't heard about him. I'm just hoping that he doesn't get out for the rest of the season. But this just shows you, yeah, why these owners didn't spend money on a striker, bringing back Santos, and bringing back as experienced centre back. And that's why I rated the giant transfer window at 0 out of 10. Zero. Because the only player that we signed is Matthias, a 17-year-old. That's the only player that we signed. And what we did, yeah, is loaned out Felix, loaned out Disasi, loaned out Chukwuemeka, loaned out what's that other guy's Ronaldo Vega. The only player that we sold, yeah, is I forgot this player's name. Dewsbury Hall and I've forgotten. But to Torino, that player. That's all we did in January. And now you can see why we're in an absolute mess. We just cannot capitalize. We cannot score goals. I would just so inconsistent. Today, the performance was absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. But today, I'm blaming this more on Enzo Maresca than the players. Because let me just show you guys the lineup so you guys can understand what I mean. Let me show you this lineup, yeah? Because when I first looked at it, I was so angry, I was so fuming. Let's take a look at this, yeah? Just hold on. Um, let me just take a look at this lineup for a moment so you guys can understand what I mean. Yeah, take a look at this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, look at this, guys. So this is what we lined up with. Sanchez in goal. Malo Gusto, right back. Or he was inverting, I should say. Chalobah and Tosin, two centre backs. The only problem is that why did Tosin play left and Chalobah play right? I don't get that. It should be Tosin. Tosin is a right centre back, not on the left. But guess what? He decided to put Reece James as a left back. And I'll get to him in just a minute. But Reece James left back. And then Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo in the two pivot. But guess what he did? He decided to put Dewsbury Hall in the number 10. Dewsbury Hall in the 10. Are you serious? And then Jadon Sancho starts. I want him to be on the bench, but if he starts left wing, then fair enough. Madueke starts, fair. But guess what he did? Puts Nkunku in the false 9. In the false 9. Enzo Maresca has been keep saying that Nkunku is not a false 9. He said it during his press conference. He said it to the media as well. So it looks like he's been lying to the media because he keeps playing Nkunku as a false 9. Nkunku, when you play Nkunku in the false 9, he offers nothing. No threat, no press, no link up, no ones, no nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nkunku to listen, when this season is over, sell Nkunku straight away. Because this guy was supposed to be like an RB Leipzig player, but I just realized he's not. Sell this guy in the summer transfer window when this season is over. Because he's useless. He's useless. Offers nothing. Every time the ball every time there's no Brentford player getting the ball and Nkunku has so much space, instead of this guy just making a run and cause Brentford's defense to be scared, all he does is just jog, stood there, just making no ones, just jogging. If you're playing as a false 9 or striker, you don't jog, you make a one. But Nkunku didn't do that whatsoever. I never ever want to see Nkunku as a false 9 ever again. Because he doesn't work in that system. He doesn't. He doesn't. You know? Dewsbury Hall, don't think he did anything today. Offered nothing. You know? There were times where he won us the ball and all that stuff, but I don't think it was that great today. Offered nothing in the attack. Reece James in the first half got absolutely cooked by Bremo, and he was playing as a left back. Like, where does Maresca got this mindset from? Reece James is a right back, not a left back. Bremo cooked him in the first half. And we were lucky that it's 0-0 because Brentford had plenty of chances. And then Robert Sanchez. Like, it's good that he kept a clean sheet, but he's very lucky that he kept a clean sheet because he doesn't deserve to keep a clean sheet. Because whenever it comes to his long range pass, it just goes to a Brentford player, then he does another one, Brentford player. I don't get why Enzo Maresca thinks that Robert Sanchez should be our number 1. I don't get why he keeps starting this guy because he's still one of the worst goalkeepers in the league. Yes, he's kept up back-to-back clean sheets, but he still isn't good enough. The Spurs game, very lucky, yeah, that the goal was disallowed. Because because the way just palms did and let the ball go in was a joke. But that game, it was lucky. Today, there were times where the ball where he just grabbed it and then the ball just went to his hand, acting like Onana. Shocking from Sanchez. Like in Kunku, I never want to see Robert Sanchez ever again. The game against Legia Warsaw away, I need to see Philip Jorgensen starting. And by the way, the players that were on the bench, Neto, Kukurea, Palmer, and Jackson, they better start in the game against Legia Warsaw. Because I swear to you, you cannot give players these a rest and they don't end up starting them in the game against Legia Warsaw. I swear to God, if I ever see Kieran Dewsbury Hall start in Kunku, Reece James left back, and Robert Sanchez starting and Kuku on the bench, then this tells you that Enzo Wesker did not learn today's game. He did not learn. He did not learn. So yeah, the first half was shocking. Brentford had 6 attempts. We only had 3. 3 attempts. And both teams are washed on target, but their XG was way more than us. Way more than us. So the first half, we were poor. It was a game of 2 halves. Then the second half, yeah, we looked better. But it's not because the tactics, it's because the substitutions. And for me, all of the substitutions were correct. Nkunku went off for Jackson. Good. Because Nkunku did nothing in the first half. Jackson, when he came on, we looked way better. Brentford was so scared of Chelsea in the second half, especially their defense. Because Jackson, I keep on saying it, his link up and his hold up play and his pressing is really good. And at least he doesn't jog here, unlike Nkunku. The only problem is that he cannot finish. But Jackson is a way better player than Nkunku. Always has, always will be. He just needs to finish. He's finishing, and that's it. But other than that, the rest of his play is really good. And then this other substitution is Neto and Palmer, and we took off Madueke and Dewsbury Hall. And when these two came on, we looked way better. In the second half, we had 18 shots and we had 4 on target. One of them was a Reece James header, which was willingly saved. And I think two of them was Neto, and I forgot the other one. I really forgot the other one. But the second half, we look way threatening and way better. But it's not because the tactics, it's because the substitutions. And if you're a Chelsea fan like me, there should be questions because where was this in the first half? Nowhere. And that's why it's a game of 2 halves. In order to win the game, the performances has to be the same. So the game like this year, I expect the first half, to be the way we played in the second half. I expect Chelsea to do that in the first half. But the reason why that is because of Maresca's lineup and the tactics. It's just sideways, backwards. Just don't do anything in the final third. That's what it's basically been in the first half. I will look shocking. But yeah, the substitutes came on and made an impact. The only thing I will say is that Kukurea is the only player that came on and just didn't do anything, to be honest. But likes of Palmer, Neto, and Jackson, all of them made Chelsea look better. All of them were lucky. All 3 of them were unlucky not to score. But at least Palmer, Jackson, and Neto offered more than Nkunku, Dewsbury Hall, and Madueke. That is it. So to me, I need to see all 4 of them, including Philip Jorgensen, start against Legia Warsaw on Thursday. Because, like I said, you cannot rest them in today's game, and they end up dropping them again for the game on Thursday. They all need to start. all of them. So yeah, in terms of the players, like I said, in Kunku, just one of the worst players to pitch today. Jaden Sancho, don't think he was that great today. Madueke, feel like he tried in the first half, but don't think he was like better than Neto, if you know what I mean. And the funny thing is, the only shot on target that we had in the first half was Madueke's shot. That's the only first shot on target that we had. Just shows you how disgusted we are in the first half. Juice Behold did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I talked about Sanchez. I mean, Caicedo. I don't think it was that great. I don't think I had the better performance against Spurs, but to me, he was good. He was good. Enzo Fernandez, I don't think he was a bit shaky at times. Although his passing in the second half was better, but Enzo Fernandez, I don't think it was better than the Spurs game, but I don't blame him because he put here Enzo because Maresca put Fernandez in number 10, which you all know that is not his position. So he better fix that up. In terms of defense, yeah, James and Gusto were poor. But like I said, James, he's not a left back, he's a right back. Gusto, I hate the fact that he keeps overlapping this guy. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Gusto cannot invert, let alone defend. He just can't. He just cannot be like Kukuea. He just can't. It's as simple as that. The two centre backs, I mean, Tosin, you know, had a good game. He had chances to score, Chalobah, he looked a bit shaky in the second half, but in the first half, I thought defensively he has been all right. The tackles and all that stuff, good. Robert Sanchez, yeah, I talked about him. Yeah, I talked about the substitution. So I don't know who's my man of the match, but other than that, it was just a bit small disguised performance. Like, and to me, it's all on Maresca. The question needs to be asked, because how can you say all the players that I picked for the starting lineup are the good ones? So you're telling me that. Are you telling us the truth or I've been lying? Because it looks like you've been lying. Because what's the result? 0-0. We didn't win. We didn't win. If you would have started Jackson Palmer and then he said that, fair enough, but he didn't. So to me, question needs to be asked on today's game on Maresca. And like I said, it's both because the players, were really bad. But to me, it's all on Maresca. I blame more on him than the players because the lineup, the tactics was wrong, and everything that he said as well was wrong. And before I end this stream, um, I just hope here that Enzo Wesker doesn't make any stupid excuses saying that we deserve to win. We've been the better team. Both teams were poor. Brentford wasn't that great as well. Yeah, because the only threat that they've had was on the counter attack. Other than that, they wasted their opportunities as well. They wasted, unlike us. Brentford in the first half was good, but in the second half they were poor. Both teams were terrible. So you could probably say a draw is a fair result, but I think for me we should have won this game. But we didn't because the lineup. That is it. And also the tactics. It's all the substitutions that made us look better in the second half and had more shots and more shots on target and more possession as well. So there you go, man. There you go. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We got Legia Warsaw and then we got Ipswich Town. That Ipswich Town game, we better win. We better win because we're at home and then with the relegation zone, and we need to get revenge. If we don't beat Ipswich Town and we don't beat Fulham and Everton, you can just kiss that Champions League goodbye because it will not happen. It will not happen. So we better bounce back and get the win against Ipswich Town. No excuses, man. No excuses. I don't hear anybody making excuses say, "Oh, the reason why we drawn this game is because we heard the news that Fafana is out because it affect the players." No, everyone is back, so we should be getting on a winning form, but we don't. We're so inconsistent. It's as simple as that. So yeah, That's what I'm gonna say on this one. So yeah, do let me know in the comments down below where you go, disagree on everything I said. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on Chelsea's nil-nil draw away to Brentford. And yeah, what do you think needs to improve? And yeah, just do let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, Man United, if you're watching this, I know your game is still go on. I just hope you win. And yeah, but if you don't, yeah, I don't. Then Man City deserve to be above us if they win because we're just so inconsistent. And Newcastle, they got a game tomorrow against Leicester, so they're winning that as well. So we had the chance to capitalize, but we just can't. We just can't. It's as simple as that. Anyway, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that crap. And yeah, I'll see you guys later on. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you when I see you.